Oh, that's in England.
That's a awesome picture.
Yeah, that's at Rumford Park.
That's
That's
Yeah.
a great shot, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's Chelsea Piers.
You know, I never knew you rode for Shut Skate. You know,
Yeah, dude.
By that time, it was kind of all street stuff, and
Well,
you know.
dude, here's the deal. Like, I moved to New York 6 months after I got here, and John Fallahy, who owned Alba at the time, calls me up and goes, "You know what, bro? We're disbanding the Vert team. You're off the team, and we're starting new school." So I woke up and I'm like, I got to find a sponsor. So I just was in New York. So I go down there, and Rodney and Bruno were like, "Yeah, we'll give you a board." Gave me this board, and then they flew us to Europe, and I did a shut tour. And I drove me, Jeremy Henderson, Jeff Pang, and Dan Zimmer around Europe.
No, Murph, where is that at?
Oh, that's in Pine Ridge.
Okay, cool.
That's at the skate park we built.
Hey, hold on a second, Murph. I want you to meet my skateboarding daughter. This is Sydney.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
She goes to the park with me, and all these guys know her.
Tell Cindy she's rad for skating. Well, man, I'm so stoked to see more girls skating, man. It's just like,
too.
I mean, they've been cut off for so long for whatever social reasons, but once you see girls start ripping and the style they come with and just the attitude, like, there's this girl I sponsor who's from the Pine Ridge Reservation, fucking rips pools, man, just fucking grinds pool coping. I mean, and it's just like, once you see kids when they're not limited, regardless of their fucking sex, and they just skate, that's what it's got to be all about, man. That's why I think with the girls coming up, you're going to get more and more energy. You're going to get more girls skating. I think it's great, man.
It's a lot different than when I was a kid. They rode my ass like a grommet.
Oh,
everybody's nice to Sydney.
You got to buy on Heckle Hill, man. You got to take the heckle.
You know, and it's unfortunate because to some extent, this new generation, they can't do the heckle.
No,
they don't understand
can't take it at all.
They bum on it. Why are you giving me a hard time, man? What's your problem?
It's like, dude, sarcasm. Come on, man.
Suck it up, grommet.
Come on. You know,
dude, go and hang out with
make
Load. You got to just bring them down to fucking Atlanta with Load and just get the heckle session going, man. It's so sick. I don't know. What is it about it, dude? Just like the whole busting balls thing is just, it's always been a part of me in skateboarding. Just, I don't know, man. It's just rad.
You know, and it never bothered me. Like, me, it was like, man, these dudes are accepting me. I was 12, 15 years old and hanging out with a bunch of guys that are 30. And I'm like, I know that they're cool with me because of the amount of shit that they give me.
Yeah, exactly. The more crap we give you, that means the cooler you are.
Yeah. There was a lot of kids in my generation that did not do well with it. And they were like, man, these guys are dicks, man. They're always harsh on me. And I was like, it's because you take it like that. If you tell them to fuck off, they won't give you so much shit.
Yeah. But, dude, that's what it comes down to. It comes down, for me, it's having a sense of humor. Like, when you're skating, you don't take it too serious. You have a sense of humor about yourself. You got your bros around you. It's all about fun and laughing at yourself. That's what it's always been about for me, man, regardless of the sponsor shit. It's just like, dude, I'm with my friends. We're busting balls.
I'm like, it doesn't matter. Are you having fun?
Anybody can drop in on a skateboard. Anybody can ride a skateboard down a bank. Anybody that can ride a skateboard for a couple hundred feet, I have total respect for them. I may give them shit, but I've got respect for them. You know, most people can only walk.
So tell me about the Tennessee scene, man. Like, are you guys getting more and more Crete? Like, is it blowing up, starting to blow up in a bunch of little towns, or is it just staying steady?
I think Chattanooga is probably the hot spot.
You ever heard of that kid, Jake Wooten, that rides for Santa Cruz now?
Oh, yeah, I've seen him on video.
He's a Nashville kid, and he used to come to Knoxville all the time. And not only is he one of the best up-and-coming new kids out there, but he is such a good kid. He's got such a good attitude, such a good head on his shoulders. Santa Cruz is a great place for him to be. Yeah. And that kind of sucks because I miss him being in town or being around because we got to skate with him at least, 3-4 times a year.
Was that snake session at Kona?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
The Kona 40th.
The Kona pool?
It was the Kona 40 snake session at night. Wooten was doing 5-foot backside ollies out of that pool over people as they were dropping in on him.
No
Yeah.
pads, right?
Yeah, no
Nope.
pads.
You know, I wanted to ask you a little bit about how you got in this art restoration thing. Watching your interview with Dan Levy, and you were talking about how you got your degree in economics, and now you're doing art restoration. I saw some of those stained glass windows you did that you posted on Facebook recently that you did in Philly. Those would make great skateboard graphics. They were so awesome. How did you find that path?
Okay, well, I got an economics degree from Rutgers. And what do you learn in economics? It's all about supply and demand. So skateboarding, you know, it got me to tour the world and it set me up really well. But when skateboarding died, the phone stopped ringing and I moved up to New York, got married. My wife worked for Elektra Records and rode for Toxic, and I rode for Shut. But eventually everything just died. So eventually my wife, she was in marketing. They put her on the road to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm sitting there. I'm trying to figure out a way to make some money. At one point, I was trying to rep barfoot snowboards. I'm just sitting there going on unemployment, first time in my life. And I just, out of nowhere, I answered this ad. And I called the guy up. He's like, well, are you afraid of heights? I'm like, no, man, I can do it. So he's like, all right, man, show up. And I showed up and he took me up a scaffolding to a church in Charlotte, North Carolina. We pulled a window out of a church, brought it back to the studio, and he showed me how to cut glass and restore the window. So 6 months later, my wife gets transferred to Boston, immediately got a job there at a stained glass studio. That next month, we're do a huge job out of New York and do like 300 windows. And that next year, I moved to New York City, got more work doing it, and eventually I ended up with the Venturella Studio, where we do work for the Metropolitan Museums, the Cloisters Museums, and churches around the country. So
That's so cool.
Dude, it went to a point where just being down on my luck, ex-skateboarder guy, killing myself riding vert, not having a job, to sitting in the Metropolitan Museum downstairs working on stuff going, all right, maybe someday I can turn some skateboarding stuff, or I don't know, I'll do something, but for now I'll do this stained glass thing. And ever since, man, the studio I work at, we've been having jobs every year, huge jobs come in. I learn more and more. And now we just do super high-end Tiffany windows, man. We do high-end restorations. We work for people with money. So when you give them a price, they don't try to, lowball you down.
Yeah.
They pay
It's
for
like, we got
quality.
money we need. I mean, it's like, a piece of artwork that needs to be restored. It's like cost is not an objective.
Right. No, and they want it done
Yeah.
right. So yeah, man. And it's something you just learn. It's a craft. I get to work with my hands. I don't have to sit in front of a computer. And I don't know, man. It's a trip. Every day is a challenge. Every day you go into work, it's a challenge. You go to install jobs, get up on scaffold. You have these priceless Tiffany windows in your hands. There's no fucking up. There's no dropping. There's no breaking. You just got to be on your shit. You got to focus all the time. You can't half-ass anything. Straight edge, no drugs, sober, get it done right. And you got a lot of people depending on you, a lot of money on the line. So people ask me how that relates to skateboarding. I go, man, it's like living on the edge. Like every day you got to be focused. You got to have that eye, mind, body control. You got to know what you're doing. You can't break stuff. You got to work with things that are delicate, but you also got to lug huge crates up scaffolding to unload these delicate windows to put them in frames so they don't break. So I don't know, man. It's a trip. I don't know how I got to do this. I don't know why I'm still doing it, but it's
That's
paying
awesome.
the bills, and it's a trip. It's just a trip.
That's totally awesome.
It's
That's
fucking rad,
that's unbelievable. Skateboarding, art, it all kind of goes together.
Like tactile, Jay. Working with your hands, like skateboarding, it's you and the board. Man, we're all like, I don't know, we're connected to things like that, and we just know how to flow. If you know how to run, dude, if you can come over to the challenge of dropping in on a vert ramp when you're scared shitless, we all know that feeling. Once you pull it off, you drop in on something 11 foot, something clicks in your mind to where the fear factor goes away, and something open. There's a door that opens in your mind, man.
Yeah.
And that's an incredible feeling.
Time
I
is
ain't scared.
valuable, and we sincerely appreciate your time, man. Thanks for
Yeah,
absolutely.
chatting with us. It's
Well, I tell you, man, I thank you guys for being brothers, being as crazy as I am, doing this fucking skateboard shit your whole life. I don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're doing it.
I'm going to the grave, dude. I know
Yeah,
that.
no doubt. Going-
absolutely. Murph, it's
Absolutely,
good seeing you.
man.
It's been a long time. It's good seeing you again. We'll
Right
link
on,
up.
guys. Right on, dude. Love you guys. Keep it going, man. Stay strong.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Right on, man. Kickturn onward.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. Alright. We'll pass out in the flat. Alright. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to beer, smoke, and road. Backside slasher, website grind, Kickturn, garbage. We'll hang out by the peanut pool all night and every night. Then go someplace else and smoke and yell. It's Friday night. We got nothing better to do than take 6 runs, drink a dozen